coming.
They're coming.
They're meeting
upstairs.
Your best friends.
I know. he attached himself to it.
Don't lose your phone in the water, Donovan.
Donovan, say cheese.
Cheese.
My face is probably all red.
Started out and it's like,
I know. That's because we were like right there.
Let's say cheese.
Cheese. Cheese.
Say cheese.
Cheese. And look at those beautiful high-rise buildings.
Okay.
almost lost my glasses.
I don't even want this way.
Cheese.
Nyla, do you want to sit with me? You want to sit between us? You sit in between us?
She's like, I am by you.
San Antonio, welcome to the tour of Go Rio. My name is Captain Brandon. I'll be your tour guide for today. Real quick before we get started on the tour, I got to go over a couple of rules with y'all. So first of all, there's no smoking, no vaping, no use of tobacco products on river level, not just the boat. So park police catch you smoking anywhere out here, they can fine you up to $300. You can have alcohol all along the river. Smoking has to be done up on ground floor where all the cars are. Second of all, no standing up on the boat. That is my most important rule. I can't have anyone stand. It's a safety issue. Of course, there's low stuff you can hit your head on, you can fall down. I don't want to see people get hurt out here. Keep everything inside of the railings. If you drop something in the water, it is gone. We cannot get it back. And lastly, I have life jackets up here, folks. I have a life jacket for each and every one of you up in these hatches that are right in front of me. You will not need one. We've never used them before. If you find yourself in this river, please stand up and get out. It is 3 feet deep. I promise. You're going to be all right. Now we're going to go ahead and get started on the tour.
That modern
Alright, so on my right hand side is the Esquire Tavern. It's the
Esquire
oldest
Tower.
bar on the river. They used to be a speakeasy in disguise of a barber shop. So you'd come in here, ask for a secret haircut, get yourself a little booze. Back in 1933, whenever Prohibition ended, day one, they were a fully stocked bar, ready to go for the public. Imagine that. It's a real mystery where they got all that alcohol from. It was literally 5 minutes after Prohibition ended that they opened as a bar.
You and I are coming down here.
But no, they have some really nice, like,
See where there are people.
Last time we were here, like I said, it was up
All right, now we're going to go by one of our main ticket locations where you can purchase tickets, get onto a boat. So this location on my right is the Aztec Theater. They opened up in 1926 for a sum of $1.75 million. That is a fortune for a building in the 20s, especially whenever you look at the Aztec. The building's not that big. It was expensive because it used to be one of the most luxurious theaters in the world. They have a 2-ton chandelier still hanging up in the lobby to this day. They were really popular until the 70s, where they were on such a sharp decline, they almost got put up for demolition. But luckily, they were saved. They are now one of our beautiful ticket locations. We're about to come underneath the most famous bridge in the city. Locally, we call this the Salinas Bridge. It's from the 1997 film Selena, starring Jennifer Lopez. So if you didn't know, the first movie that Jennifer Lopez was ever in was Selena, and it was shot down here in the city. There's this famous scene where she shares a magical kiss with her new fiance, Chris Perez, and it happened right on top of this bridge. You know, whenever Jennifer Lopez was in town, she stayed in this hotel to my left. La Mansion. It opened up in 1968. J-Lo's presidential suite used to cost $1,000 a night. That was back in 1997. I'm guessing that in 2025, it'll probably cost you a little bit more than that. The building itself dates back to 1853. This used to be the St. Mary's School for Boys.
Who said they wanted to get ice cream on the Riverwalk? And like, there's one right there.
Yep.
And there's the tall high-rise building again.
Alright folks, I'm about to show y'all one of my favorite things out here. Get those cameras out if you want to. I am going to give you a little extra time to get those cameras ready. I'm going to show you an optical illusion. So as we come out on the other side of this bridge, we can look up high to my left. The building over here is going to look completely flat. It will look two-dimensional, like it's a cartoon. Alright, y'all start looking way up high over to my left-hand side. Y'all see that flat building up there? Yeah. The building looks flat because it's a triangular iron building, so a certain angle gives off this illusion. This is the Nix Hospital. They opened up in 1930. The Nix Hospital was the very first fully air-conditioned hospital in the nation. It was the only hospital you could visit to get a break from the sun while you were as sick as a dog. I mean, it turned out to be a waste of time in the long run, though. Who needs AC in Texas? It's always perfectly comfortable around here. Alright, y'all, we're about to get into an area that gets kind of loud. There's always a bunch of live music playing back here. I'm just going to be quiet. Let y'all enjoy it while we come on through.
The mall's over here. Oh, that looks so
I wanna
cool.
DJ at this nightclub.
That's where we went. That's where. That one? Yeah, Mad Dogs?
There's the River
Can't
Center.
do a little bit of bad timing since there's two bands not playing, but yeah, behind us, the bar over here, they always have a band or they do karaoke. And then over here to my left, there's a jazz band that performs here. They're incredible. I definitely recommend this spot if you like jazz. This is my favorite spot on the river. Oh, baby, we got some mariachi going on.
The Frosty Dog.
right, well, if y'all start looking around us right now, you're going to see that we are surrounded by restaurants. That's why we call this strip of the river Restaurant Row. If y'all are hungry, you're looking for a bite to eat, it's always a safe bet. You can stop over here. You'll find something you'll enjoy. And if you folks like margaritas, well, a couple of spots around here serve a 64-ounce margarita. Half a gallon. They have 16 shots of tequila in them. So if you're looking to maybe find your car, you can come on by. My record is 3. Man, it smells good out here. Over on my right-hand side, where all these yellow lights are, this is Casario. 1946, Casario opened up as the very first restaurant on the river. They were also the first to offer bar and dining, where you would get into a wooden gondola, and someone would push you around the stick while you enjoyed your meal. Coming up on their 78th anniversary. I will warn you folks though, if you're going to eat out here on the patio, be careful with the pigeons. They are ravenous. They'll try to steal your food while you're still sitting down enjoying it. It is not uncommon to see somebody out here in a fist fight with a pigeon.
And he's gonna fight the pigeon.
Matt, the mall is over here. I'm pretty sure.
There's a couple places where I have to stop. They're kind of like stop signs, you know. I just got to be sure that we're not about to run into another boat or anything like that. Directly up in front of us, this huge hotel with all the cubes on it is the Hilton Palacio del Rio, or the Hilton Palace of the River. This is my favorite building because I really like this story. This was made for the 1968 World's Fair. The thing is, they only had a year to build it because their first contractor pulled one over on them. The first contractor had 5 years to make a hotel out here, but Hilton was not keeping up with them. When they showed up here 5 years later to see their new hotel, what they saw was that their contractor had not even started. They only had 1 year left for the World's Fair, nothing to show for it, which that's pretty bad. But worse than that, Hilton had already pre-booked all 496 rooms for the entirety of the fair. The fair was going to last for 6 months. They were in a serious conundrum, so they contracted a man named H.B. Zachary, who told them he would build it quickly. He came up with a revolutionary technique that had never been done before the making of this building. But he did. He built the first 4 floors here on site, alongside the elevator shaft, the smooth white piece in the middle going all the way up to the top. What was here looked like a giant upside-down capital T. That was the foundation. 7 miles away at a manufacturing line, they produced all of the cube rooms with absolutely everything inside of them. Their beds were already in place, made up of their sheets, nightstands and Bibles in them, TVs are bolted down, even the electricals and plumbings are hooked up. You can think of anything in a hotel room, it was there. All they had to do was ship all the rooms over here and then stack them up one by one with a massive crane on top of the foundation that's already here on site. This building is essentially a giant Lego set. It's in the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest hotel to be built in the shortest time frame. This was completed in only 202 days.
Wow.
Needless to say, they got this thing done on time before the World's Fair started. Let's give you a little scope. Each one of these rooms weighs 44,000 pounds. Stacking them up and putting them carefully next to each other